Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 24. It is now time for round 6 of our MotoGP career mode, and we will start from an epic pole position 3 times in a row now for pole position, but this time we'll be starting in pole at the Catalan GP. It is Catalunya. Ladies and gentlemen, let battle commence once more. So here we go then, from the best possible starting position. It is pole position here in Catalunya. We'll wait for the red lights to go out and away we go. Quick reminder, I have turned off the adaptive AI now. We're just simply running 120% difficulty. So let this one crack on, because I'm expecting another belting race. Now, I won't lie to you, I tried the adaptive AI in Le Mans to start off the race, realised that they weren't going to be as competitive as I was hoping for. Change the difficulty to 120%. Oh, Tatsuki Suzuki there, touching the apex of turn 3, has given me a chance to take over at the front. Beautiful. Thank you for the gift, Suzuki. I will not be returning the favour. But yeah, quick mention, 120% difficulty in Le Mans was the best race I've ever had. So for me, from now on, it's going to stick at 120%. Unless it's going to be damn near impossible to beat them or something, maybe then I'll put adaptive AI on. So we'll see what goes, but for now on, it's going to be 120% from this point, or from Le Mans point onwards. So let's see what happens to Tatsuki Suzuki not going up in the inside of me on my favourite corner. No way. I'm going to have to go back up in the inside for the worst corner. You can't do that to me. That's my favourite corner in Catalunya. Look at that. Round the outside into the Kamsa corner for Suzuki. That's beautifully done. Fair play for the Japanese ride. Oh, goodness me, look at that. But Bertelli and Rossi already out. And yet we've not even completed 10 corners. Now we go into the 10th corner. A little bit of aggressive movement in front of Tatsuki Suzuki there, so I don't think he's going to be pleased with that lunge there. But of course, Lakaisha corner always offers opportunities to go up in the insides. I just got caught on the curb there. Of course, the biggest problem with getting on the curbs here in this game is that the bike stands up. And when you do, you lose a tremendous amount of speed. So we've got to try and avoid the curbs, especially in the final sector here in the Montmello Grand Prix, the Catalan GP. So across the line, it's a very basic lap time, 1:54.1 to start us off. But of course, David Alonso is going to come up either on the left or the right. I can see from the gap that he is going to go for a lunge, so just steel yourself, because it could be coming at some point. It wasn't who I thought it was actually Tatsuki Suzuki returning the favour from the contact in Lakaisha. Fair enough. Fair play, but I can give as good as I get, so I don't mind that. Quick look to the right hand side to make sure I can slot back into the action without making any contact. And now it's game on. Tatsuki, I'm coming for you, mate. I absolutely am. I can't. Ooh, Joel Kelso there, just touching the rear of Stefano Neppa, lifting the motorcycle up, forced me a little bit deeper into the corner, but into the left hand side, then going up on the inside of Kelso. Holgado fancy lunge around the outside. I don't think that's going to materialise into that left-hander. The problem is with the Repsol corner, you can't really go around the outside because it's just the nature of that corner. There's basically a berm that carries you in. But here into the TV3 corner, then the Worth corner, I just feel magnificent in that combination of corners. Oh, Tatsuki, did he touch the... Oh, excuse me, it was Furusato. He must have touched the rear tyre of Suzuki there. He just picked up the motorcycle quite aggressively there to avoid making contact with the man on board the Husqvarna. Oh, Colin Vire's out. Oh, what's happened to the man on board the KTM? Colin Vire will not be closing this championship advantage in. Of course, got a different objective this time around. No more battling with Colin Vire. We seem to now be focusing all of our attention on the modern Moto3 star, David Alonso, as we go a little bit deep there. Wait, really? Track limit warnings? No, we were on the curb there. We did not exceed track limits, unless I went too tight and went across the green, but it didn't look like it to me. It looked like I went onto the whiter curb and then onto the actual rumble strip itself. That's a little bit disappointing, but okay. I'll have to be careful of that for the next couple of laps. Of course, got plenty of laps still to go here in Montmello, so I'm not concerned with track limit warnings. I don't really abuse them that much, and I wouldn't say I abuse them, but look at this setup on David Alonso. I could feel that coming. I almost lost the front then. I could feel that coming as we went into the corner. That wasn't actually my intention. Until about halfway into the corner, I felt like, you know what? I've got a lot of speed here. And I tell you what, I think I've got plenty enough speed now to go round the outside of Tatsuki Suzuki. He's going to pick me up ever so slightly, is he? They usually run it a little bit wider, but they're not. Look at that move. That was a long, long overtake that eventually paid off. That was stunning. That's got to be one of the best overtakes, and that is the prime example of overtaking. And I think I need to do a guide on overtaking in the future, because it's not just about seeing a gap and going for it. It's that build-up, and in fact, before we get to that, Taio Forasato, the build-up for his championship campaign has just hit a massive roadblock as he's crashed out in the early stages of the Catalan GP. Taio Forasato, the unbelievable talent in MotoGP 24's career mode, he's gone down and he's out early of this race. But to be honest, the gap is increasing quite a lot now. It's up to 6.5 seconds to Taio, but he has not retired. Now, let's just chuck it in there. I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but just for argument's sake, let's see where he gets back up into the top 8 later on. Because he's a head and shoulders ahead of faster than the competition in this game, so keep an eye on Forasato. I think he's still going to get back up to possibly the podium positions. Honestly, I don't doubt Taio Forasato's skill and speed in MotoGP 24's career mode. Honestly, I do not doubt it. And if you've played your career mode, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But of course, had a little bit of a brief moment there just to digress the conversation ever so slightly. We were the fastest man on track with a 1:58.20, so that's a very solid lap time, but look at Tatsuki. Beautiful overtake that. See, that's one of those overtakes where you just go for it. You think, there's an opportunity here, I'll go for it. But I'm now going to go for that methodical spanking round the outside, hold the line, and we'll just keep hold of it now for the next couple of corners. He's not going to get me into the TV3 again. I won't allow that to happen. Maybe the Repsol corner, I'd be okay with that. But you can't get me into the TV3. Not twice. I will not have egg on my face in this race. Rhyming accidentally. But yeah, regarding the overtaking, I'm going to do a guide about that at some point, because the beauty of overtaking is not initially just going for that lunge. You've got to build up to it. It's not just that, there's the gap, go, bang, click your fingers, done. It's more so, I'm seeing he's a little bit weaker in this corner. I'm going to prepare in the next couple of corners to ride it in a different way so I can produce the speed ready for the lunge on the brakes, or possibly going for a different angle so you can position yourself in the middle of the track to make a block pass. There's a lot more to it than just there's a gap, let's go for it. Maybe you're one of those reactive riders who does that, or maybe you're more the methodical thinker. Either or, great opportunities come to each other the riders. So yeah, just I'll get back to you on that in the future about that. I don't know if it's guide worthy or if it's just a footnote in a guide. I'm not sure, but we'll think about it for the future. I've just run it off track there. No track limit warning because I did reduce a lot of speed. Of course, watching the Le Mans GP at the weekend, and Bastianini went wide into Shimano Buff, but didn't yield the second that you're supposed to when you go too wide in a corner. So unfortunately for him, he got hit with a long lap penalty. I think Alex Rins also had the same fate. And look at this. This could be the same lunge on David Alonso again in the early stage of this Catalan GP. That's marvellous. That's good racing. That is clean, clinical racing from us on board the BOE Motorsports KTM. But I don't doubt that AI have something else up their sleeve as well. Oh, a bit of contact into Holgado. Just brakes a little bit too late there making contact with him. It was nothing intentional, so I think I'll give him the position back and I'll try and get it back round here. Oh, it's tight. Oh, I wanted to cut his nose off, but he does it to me into the Repsol corner as I favoured the wider line. But I'm going to go for it into the TV3. I can't now. He's a bit too in the middle of the circuit. If he was a bit wider, then maybe. But out of the Worth corner, it could be a chance to go into the right-hander for Kampsa. Not close enough, but again, look how close we are now. Look at the slipstream effect we're going to get here. I could possibly go for a lunge around the outside into Lakaisha. Oh, he doesn't want it around the outside, so I might go for the inside. Not going to be able to make it stick. Oh, I just touched the apex. How we didn't lose the front there, I have no idea. Usually, if you touch the apex there, it's good night, Vienna. It's gone. The front will just wash. But thankfully for us, this time around, that did not materialise, and we are still very much fighting for the race victory here in Catalunya. Of course, winning in Jerez, winning in Le Mans, and we could possibly win here today. The pole jinx has gone. And we're on a 3-race pole position consecutive streak. And then, of course, for the race wins as well. So let's see if we can make it 3 out of 3 here today. Daniel Holgado goes for the inside line. I'm going to go and try and get both of them into the first corner. It gets a bit messy, but I had to give a bit of way to Holgado. Tatsuki Suzuki doesn't fancy the lunge into turn 2, but I do fancy closing in rapidly on the number 96. We're in pursuit now, aren't we? We really are. This is brilliant. I thought Catalunya would be good fun, and putting out 120% has even made it better, so this is fantastic. Into turn 4. Does Holgado have the inside line? He certainly does. That's a beautiful lunge, that, from the man on board the Husqvarna, but you know what? That's an even better lunge. Into turn 5. We've retaken over at the front. I must confess, one of the best things I've done is put this on 120%. I felt like the adaptive AI, as good as it was... Oh, no way! It got me into the TV3! You can't. Oh, you can't. No. Into my favourite corner. It's like going into the MG corner in Phillip Island. I won't accept an overtake being done to me in there. And the same can be said for Casanova and Savelli into Mugello. I cannot accept an overtake into those corners. Whoa, Holgado pushed me off the track there. He went for that very tight apex there. And so I'm going to go for the tighter apex into Lukaisha to close in. But I've got to say, Holgado's looking good in this one. Opened the door a bit there for the Bank Sabadell. Didn't want to lift the bike up either, did he? Oh, I just touched the curb. I just touched the curb. That's not working out too well, but I'll give Holgado back the position. We're now going 2 together into these final couple of corners. Can't do the Rossi lunge into the New Holland corner this time, but we will have a lot of slipstream, and we should get past him without too much of a problem, I would think. So across the line a moment ago, we said a 151.4, so the lap times are improving. But look at Tatsuki Suzuki. Look how fast he is on board that Husqvarna. I go onto the brakes. Can I go around the outside into turn 1? Holgado's going to go deep. It's going to get messy, this, isn't it? It really is. We hook the inside line, and Holgado, he touches the apex. Oh, he hit me. He hit me. This is why I don't mind getting a bit aggressive with the AI, because they do things just like that. And I don't mind at all. There's no complaints from me. I like it because it keeps the action fun and exciting. I got took out so many times in MotoGP 23. I don't mind. Bit of a nudge here and there is good racing. I'm okay with that. No problem. We can always fight back and get the better of both Holgado and Suzuki for redemption in this race. But yeah, I wanted to mention something earlier. I was really pleased with the performance we had in Le Mans after changing it. Goodness me, Holgado. Goodness Christ, just let me finish what I'm going to try and say. Every single time I get into this conversation, someone or something has to just materialise to make it a worthy commentary moment. But yeah, basically, I'll just quickly get on with this. Really pleased with the 120% difficulty AI. It's fantastic in this game. If you're of the same level as me, if you're faster than me, or maybe not as fast, try it. Honestly, it's great. Really pleased to see that AI gives space. That, you know, they do give you a bit of a nudge, but I'm okay with that. It's good. It's really good fun, and considering how well the response was from the Le Mans video we did a couple of days ago, I'm just really pleased that I had a great race. You guys enjoyed it, and I even got called out for pretending that it wasn't 120%. But I can guarantee, if you want to check any of my difficulty level, all you need to do is put your game on in the same parameters as mine is, put it on 120%, and you'll see the AI do the exact same lap times as me. That's enough of that though, because it was just some pilot calling me out for 120%. If you've watched the content for long enough, you'll know that I already do 120%. But yeah, double thumbs up to you, you muppet. Anyway, into turn 1 we go. Nice and tight to apex for turn 1, and into the left hand side for 2. Beautifully done. This is now where we bring on the power of that KTM in the slipstream to get close enough to him to either go for a lunge into the TV3, or we leave it a little bit later where we then go for a lunge into the light. Was that a very subtle camera change? It has been. It is. Oh, it's raining. Ah, it's raining. It's that's not 2/3 race distance, is it? Look at that move around the outside. I think I was hoping to go for the lunge there into TV3, which is the next corner, or possibly save it to Lukaisha. But the rain has completely changed the dynamic of this Grand Prix. This race at the World Championship level is going to get interesting. We're on lap 8 of 15, so we've only completed 7 laps. That is not 2/3 race distance. This race very well may be stopped and restarted. And if that's the case, I need to be in pole position. So I'm going to have to go for it now. We're going to have to try and maintain this lead until the marshals chuck out the red flags to call it quits. And then we get a restart back into the pits. Now, I've not done any wet racing since Kota. So I will take a couple of laps just to get into the thick of it again and get the groove. First things I need to do is, I thought Suzuki was going to go for a Rossi lunge then. I don't think so. I have to start calling it the top right lunge as well, of course. But we're going to have to change the traction control probably to 2. And I think I'll leave the power on 3. But this race is going to get progressively worse for the rainy conditions. So this is definitely going to go down as a race restart in a moment. I just don't know when that's going to happen. Conditions don't feel too bad, but we are slowing. It's going to get harder and harder as we get onto the power here. Especially when you're on the right-hand side of the tyre for a while, so the other side of the tyre is going to start getting colder. That's when things get a little bit difficult. Whoa, goodness me, look at that from Suzuki. Oh wait, that's Daniel Holgado. Where did he come from? Is he going to go for a lunge into turn 4? I think he might. I've run it deep. Well, Holgado very well might be starting this race in a moment. This race restart in pole. It can't be much longer now for us to get... Oh, there it is. Perfect timing. Perfect timing, ladies and gentlemen. This race has been red flagged. So the first time this season we've had a red flag that has resulted in a race start. We will start from pole position again, and I do believe it is go time for Moto3 yet again. 7 more laps of the Moto3 race here in Catalunya. Let's crack on. Look at Suzuki though, already 2.5 tenths of a second for him, flying off the gates there. If he was a motocrosser, he'd have the whole shot. Beautifully done from Tatsuki-san. So into the Elf corner. Just got to be a bit careful here. Oh, Holgado again! That's what, the 3rd race in a row now he's crashed. I don't think he's crashed out, but he's definitely crashed. And Furusato, he crashed early on, didn't he? Now he's battling it up there in the points for 8th place. So that's gone rather well for the young Japanese rider. I've blown it. Oh, I'm off the circuit. I can't believe I've just done that. Where am I going to... Oh, no. I mentioned this just a moment ago, didn't I? I needed a couple of corners, couple of laps just to get into the feel of it again. We've dropped all the way down behind Furusato. We're down in 8th. And Angel Piqueras is going to make life difficult. He's got that inside line. And I need that line for the TV3. Well, our podium streak is coming to its conclusion, I think. The AI on 120%, I don't know how good they're going to be. In MotoGP 23, it was damn near impossible to beat the AI at 120%. It was ridiculous. They were so fast. I think it could be very well similar in this one. I have to be careful there. Oh, teammate David Munoz has crashed out. That's a shame for the BOE Motorsports KTM team. Oh, that's tight, that's tight. Oh, I'm going to lose the front there. Oh, it's going bad to worse. I could have done without this. I really could have done. In fact, both myself and Daniel Holgado could have done with it. I could have done without this. I think the Japanese fans are happy. The Husqvarna team. Oh, low fuel? What? What do you mean low fuel? There's no... Fuel's not a factor in this game. What do you mean? Nobody cares about fuel. You... What? Milestone said that you can run... It doesn't matter what fuel position you're in, you never run out of fuel. What's happening there? I can't believe that. I'm going to have to drop down to power setting 2. Well, we will. Maybe it's going to balance out in a moment. Maybe it's just still calculating about the race. I don't know. But late on the brakes me down. I'm going to hit Piqueras here. That is not good racing. I apologise, Angel. I'm having difficulties getting the bike stopped compared to your Leopard Honda. And in fact, for him, he just engaged in combat with Scott Ogden and Zuratuza there. So I've absolutely duped Piqueras there. Apologies, mate. You have carte blanche to come and make a lunge on me if you want. So here we go then, into the right-hander. I still can't get it right for turn 4. Just calm down a bit here. Wet conditions are something you need to take calmly, not ragging the bottle of this bike. It's not going to happen. Zuratuza has closed in by 4 tenths. We're losing time to Stefano Neppa ahead of us on the MT Angelus Racing team. Suzuki's got the lead. He looks quite comfortable actually ahead. We're losing a chunk of points as well to David Alonso. That's not really what I want to do, and it's not what I can afford to do when trying to achieve all the objectives in this Moto3 career mode. Just realised my track limit warning as well from the original race is still standing. So we have to be careful going into the final couple of corners not to do it again. I've gone way too wide there again. Oh, I'm really struggling to adjust here. This is not typical DrAce. There's a couple of mistakes coming in here. Few minor faux pas. Could have really done with just keeping this race dry. Well, I remember when we were calling and praying to the gods to give us a red flag in Valencia, my first season of Moto3 career mode in the debut. And here now I was praying to keep it away. How funny life catches you up sometimes. So back into power setting 3. The fuel looks to have stabilised ever so slightly, but it's in a very alarming plus 0.1. David Alonso, fastest man on circuit, at 1:59.653 for the Colombian. As we go late on the brakes, I think that's too late. I think it is too late. Ah, oh, come on, Matt, come on. Too many mistakes coming in here. Quick look behind us. How much time did we lose there? Yeah, I got a track limit warning. I did not lose the time needed. I'm surprised I didn't get a long lap penalty for that, to be honest. Maybe it wasn't that egregious, but I certainly gained time to Rueda. Is that Jose Antonio Rueda? Did he move teams? Yeah, he did. I didn't realise that. Wait, I need to get closer. I can't actually see from here, but it looks like he swapped over to the MT. Yeah, he did. The MSI KTM. I didn't realise that. We haven't seen him all season, I don't think. I don't recall seeing him at least. Maybe you guys seen him, but I certainly don't remember. But into the left-hand side then. Good to see that Furasata is not too far ahead of us. And I think this gap, I think the lap times are staying more or less the same here on 120% AI. They don't seem to be getting away from us. And I've made a lot of mistakes so far in this Grand Prix. 3 seconds is the gap to Tatsuki-san. Joel Kelso on the gas is in second, so that's a good result for him so far. Little bit of a gap to his teammate David Alonso. Now, I thought David Alonso was on the charge, but that seems to have come to quite a prompt conclusion in the middle stages of this Catalunya race. In fact, we're actually getting to the latter stage now, because don't forget, it's only a 7-lap dash for the cash here in the second restarted Catalan GP. Oh, and Stefano Neppa's out way wide. Give that man a track limit warning. That was egregious, worse than mine going into turn 1. Well, maybe not that bad, but it's still well up there for an abuse. So across the line, so 1:59.736. Alonso, fastest man on track. We must be well and truly up there then with a lap time like that. Hard on the brakes early this time around. Let's not make the same faux pas again, which we don't. That's good. The gap is down to 2.7. Steady on the power in the change of direction. Oh, they keep touching that apex into turn 3, don't they? That has helped me wonderfully. 2.7 is to Suzuki, 4 tenths it is to Neppa. Gap must be around 6-7 tenths to, in fact it tells me the right side, 8 tenths to Furasata. Look how well we closed into Neppa. Could go for a lunge here into the Repsol corner. A little bit difficult to get on the power though. A rear tyre just wants to slip and skid a bit. Put onto the brakes, round the outside of Neppa. Could it be? He's opened it up for the front, for the apex into the front side of the left-hander. And now onto the brakes, into the TV3. Messy overtake, but it'll do. We do get the job done, and I don't think he can complain too much about the old classic block pass into the TV3. Furasata's ahead. He is my initial target right now. Don't need to concern myself with Alonso too much, because, well, at the end of the day, I've got a couple more races to ensure we do beat Alonso in our battle. But into the left-hand side and tight. Oh, no, I've gone! Ah! Whoa! Oh, I've just ruined it. That's my moment of sheer panic. Gone to a... I can't believe that. I can't believe that. What have I just done? Really tight to the apex there for Lakaisha, and that has just ruined any chance of us getting past Furasata. Oh, in fact, Furasata's wide there. He did the exact same thing that Neppa did the lap prior. My podium streak has gone, hasn't it? We are 3 laps remaining. It's gone. I can't believe that. That's just a small error as we go around the outside of Rueda. Can we get the position back as we go late onto the brakes? into turn 1. We've really closed in on the brakes there for the first corner. That was nice. Oh, what the hell is that? You can't overtake like that, Rueda. What was that overtake? That was more egregious than Joel Kelso's overtake in Le Mans. You can't do that. And he only got a track limit warning for it. That's unbelievable. Well, we're back into the top 7 again. Gap is still too much to a bridge to Tatsuki Suzuki, but you know what? We might still have a chance here. Furasata's gone to 4th. And I'm feeling better and better as this race progresses. You know what, to be honest, it feels better now that, probably now that I've got a better understanding of the wet, but it also feels better that the tyres have been scrubbed in a bit. I don't know if that's a feature of MotoGP 24, but subconsciously it feels better. Could just simply be a placebo effect, but it feels good. And I feel like every lap I am progressively getting better. If I didn't make that little mess into turn 10 on the lap go, we probably would be right up there with Furasata. Let's not make that mistake again, and let's see how well we can close the gap to Zuratuza going to the Lokaisha corner, this one, to the next corner, which is the Bank Sabadell. So, get on the power, calmly, and hopefully we can close that gap a bit. The gap and the delta is going into our favour. Look at that, it's gone green for the first time for a few laps. Probably for the first time since I abused the track limits into turn 1. And now into the apex for the Europa car. We are closing in here. This could be a good lap. Getting a little bit stronger on the front brake as well. It's surprising how much brake you can use in treacherous conditions like these. And we're across the line. We are the fastest man on track. Never say never, Aces. We might still be on call for a podium here. We might have a chance. Look at Zuratuza getting a bit aggressive with Alonso. I'm going to go late on the brakes. Hopefully don't make contact with them. As we go into the 11th corner. Someone was wide there. That was Ivan Otola. Oh, Otola's thrown away the podium. Now into the right-hander. Look at that, round the outside of Zuratuza. That puts us in a good, prominent position to attack Alonso. He's touched the apex. We're squeezing out the gas man. Look at us basically leaning him. He clipped through us for a second there. He was that bloody close. That's unbelievable. And now into the right-hander. Keep it in tight. This is still game on. We found 0.3 of a second. Oh, you might think I was sandbagging you in this race, but that's definitely not the case. Oh, contact with Tayo. Goodness me, that didn't help us. I really thought I could go around the outside there, but I think I was a bit overly aggressive in the lunge on Furasata. Now into the TV3. I can't get through, surely. Oh, he's got to the front. Oh, Otola, that's the worst possible spot to crash, but it's worked out well for us. Yellow flags or not, I'm through. Is that going to result in a penalty? I don't think it is. Look at that little gift from God. Why is that still showing as a negative value towards Tayo Furasata? We've got the advantage. Why is it still in red? We've done the objective if we stay ahead of Tayo now. What's he on about? Well, I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't penalise me at the end of this race. I have a feeling it will. In MotoGP 23, I had the objective to beat Ducati in a certain objective. I did it, and then it told me I failed it. So then I actually lost favour with Ducati. No idea why that happens, but anyway, we're on a good lap here, guys and girls. We are never going to catch up to Tatsuki Suzuki, but I do wonder how well we can close in on the number 66. The Aussie's done a fantastic job right now, and as we cross the line, we're able just to pull a bit of... We are able just to pull a few tenths there. Look at that. We're pulling a few tenths on Joel Kelso, and unfortunately, Tayo Furasata did the exact same thing to me. Pulled for more tenths on me, but here goes the man on board the Honda. Oh, it's getting messy. He will have the inside line. There's no way I can deal with that, so let him through, and I'll go back, like we did to Alonso, in the race 1 before it got restarted. That's good aggressive riding that against Furasata. We cannot allow the very young, petite Japanese rider to bully us into the first corner. Does he go for a lunge into turn 4? He does not, and I'll tell you this for free. We are closing on Joel Kelso. That gap is half a second. He could be struggling here, or we're just getting quicker. This is game on. It's coming. We have a chat. Oh, small, slight twitch there on the BOE Motorsports KTM. Can we catch up to the CF Moto, or the Gas as it is currently with delivery? Surely we can. 5 tenths per second. 4.5 tenths of a second is the gap. Late on the brakes for Campsa, and then late again for the turn 10 for the final time of asking, we might close in enough to possibly go for a lunge somewhere, but I don't think I'm confident enough in this game to do like a Rossi lunge, to be honest with you. We are closing in though. We are really closing on Kelso. This is still game on for P2. 0.2 of a second found in the latter stage of this lap. A little bit deep there for Banks Sabadell, but they'll be okay though. Just careful, careful, careful on the throttle. Bring on the power. I don't think it's going to be close enough, is it? We took 0.6 of a second away from Suzuki here. This has been brilliant. Ah, if only this was a few more laps. I think this could have been a different situation if I didn't make that mistake. Oh, we're low on fuel again. Might have to drop the fuel. Oh, we lost fuel. We ran out of fuel then as we crossed the line. Oh, I'm going to get bumped. Oh, goodness me. But anyway, the podium streak is still alive. We finished in third. Tatsuki Suzuki wins. Joel Kelso in second. That's the first time I think he's beaten us this season. And we finished in third ahead of Furusato and Alonso down there in fifth position. Curious to see what the championship standings will look like after this one. I'm really pleased with the result, but we got more points ahead of Furusato and we have actually extended our lead by 3 championship points. That's a solid race, that. Really enjoyed that, and I'm glad the 120% difficulty matches up to my skill level so we can still race a good race even though it's wet. That was great. I'm really pleased with that one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for more MotoGP 24 videos. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.